Have you ever wondered what causes the moon's phases? We all know that its appearance changes over time, but why? The best way to understand the phases of the moon is to examine an Earth-Moon-Sun diagram. The illustration may look a little complex at first, but it's easy to explain. Sunlight is shown coming in from the right. The Earth, of course, is at the center of the diagram. The moon is shown at the 8 key stages during its revolution around the Earth. The dotted line from the Earth to the moon represents your line of sight when looking at the moon. To help you visualize how the moon would appear at that point in the cycle, you can look at the larger moon image. The moon phase name is shown alongside the image. One important thing to notice is that exactly 1/2 of the moon is always illuminated by the sun. At certain times, we see both the sunlit portion and the shadowed portion, and that creates the various moon phase shapes we are all familiar with. The shadowed part of the moon is invisible to the naked eye because it is dark against the night sky. So, the basic explanation is that the lunar phases are created by changing angles of the Earth, the moon, and the sun as the moon orbits the Earth. From our point of view on Earth, the sun's light changes how it hits the moon depending on where the moon is as it circles the Earth once every 29 days. The lunar month is the approximately 29 days it takes to go from one new moon to the next new moon. We will go through each of the 8 phases. Phase 1, New Moon. The side of the moon that is facing the Earth is not lit up by the sun. At this time, the moon is not visible. Phase 2, Waxing Crescent. A small part, less than 1/2 of the moon, is lit up at this point. The part that is lit up is slowly getting bigger. Phase 3, First Quarter. 1/2 of the moon is lit up by the sun at this point. The part that is lit up is slowly getting bigger. Phase 4, Waxing Gibbous. At this time, 1/2 of the moon is lit up. The part that is lit is slowly getting bigger. Waxing means to slowly get bigger. Phase 5, Full Moon. The side of the moon that is lit up by the sun is facing the Earth. The entire moon is lit up at this point. Phase 6, Waning Gibbous. The moon is not quite lit up all the way by sunlight. The part of the moon that is lit is slowly getting smaller. Waning means to slowly get smaller. Phase 7, Last Quarter. 1/2 of the moon is lit up by the sun. The part that we see lit up is slowly getting smaller. Phase 8, Waning Crescent. A small part of the moon is lit up at this point. It is getting smaller and smaller by the minute. Your assignment. We are going to be keeping track of the phases of the moon for a month. You will be drawing the moon every night. Because our months are usually longer than 29 days, every once in a while, a full moon can happen twice in 1 month. The second full moon of the month is called a blue moon. That's why when something happens very rarely, we say it only happens once in a blue moon. Get out your moon calendars. Happy moon gazing.